everybody, welcome back to Epic Beauty Fail. I'm Jessica, and on today's video, this is day 3 of the April 5 days of foundation. Now, I am going to give you a little bit of a sneak peek. I actually already filmed a day 3, but it is of a foundation that was discontinued. I realized that a little bit before I filmed it, but I decided to go ahead and film it, and given that it is a discontinued foundation, I'm actually going to be putting it on Saturday this week. So I'm going to be posting a 6th foundation just to let you guys know what my thoughts are. And when you see it, you'll understand why I'm still posting it. But I don't want to go too deep into that. So let's talk about today's foundation. Today I'm going to be using the PUR Air Perfection CC Cushion Foundation Broad Spectrum SPF 50 Plus. Now, this is a little bit of an interesting product. It is a cushion foundation, so it does come in a little compact, but they actually send you 2. So there is a second one in here, and it's actually really reasonably priced. And this one is definitely still available. I did look it up before starting the camera, but it is in a little compact. It has a little sponge, and then you open it up and there is a sealed, or at least it's supposed to be sealed, it's not quite sealed, cover. So I don't know if that's pretty standard for cushion foundations, that for some reason the seal is not staying, or maybe I'm just getting some really bad luck. There it is. I am going to try to use both a sponge and a brush, but this is in the color light. It is the lightest color they have, and I am a little concerned looking at it. It does look a little bit dark for me. We shall see. But let's go ahead to the website and I can tell you what they say about this CC Plus foundation. So it says liquid foundation on the go. This is on the PUR Cosmetics website. Air Perfection is on-the-go coverage that's lighter than air. Its unique mousse-like texture infuses the skin with anti-aging amino acids, antioxidants, vitamins, and advanced botanical problem solvers. Brazil Babaçu, I think that's how you pronounce it, Babaçu oil softens and soothes irritated skin for a soft, dewy complexion, and its innovative liquid dispensing cushion allows for fast, flawless, buildable coverage and long-lasting sun protection. Bonus, Air Perfection comes with a full-size refill. And this retails for $25. Now, granted, each cushion has 0.3 ounces. So for $25, you're getting 0.6 ounces of product. And what else can I tell you here? Let's go to the benefits. So it says it has SPF 50, encapsulated mineral water from the Swiss Alps, formulated free of petroleum-based oils, a dewy finish, free radical fighting antioxidant, vitamin E, moisturizes, heals, and protects the skin from the environment. Our proprietary Ceratin complex combines age-defying retinol and super hydrating ceramides to smooth lines and wrinkles. It's 100% cruelty-free, do not test on animals. While the okay, and it goes on. So it does have good reviews. It's a 4.3 out of 5 stars on the PUR website. And let's see what it says about the application. So it says apply the foundation to clean, prime skin using the enclosed applicator sponge or the liquid chisel depending on desired level of coverage. And of course, it's the liquid chisel is a brush, which I don't have, and that's fine. I'm not worried about it. So what I am going to use is the Sigma Flat Kabuki F80 and my Flower Beauty Sponge. If this will work, we will see once I actually get to it if it will work in there. So I'm going to be using the sponge on my right side and the brush on my left side, I think. But what is already on my face? So I have already, I put some of the Tatcha water cream. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, the water cream. I put a little bit all over my face, not a lot, and I did focus it on my under eyes. I also used the Pixie Hydrating Milky Mist and the Milk Cooling Water just on my under eyes. I was feeling a little dry today for some reason. I don't know, my skin was just feeling a little bit dry, so anyhow, I also put some primer on. This is one of my primers that I actually do really enjoy, and I forgot about it because I put it in my primer drawer and it kind of got shuffled. So this is the Urban Decay Optical Illusion Complexion Primer. I do like this. I don't know. I've seen a couple of reviews and some other people don't like it, but I do. It works really well on my skin. So All right, I'm going to go ahead and take the PUR sponge out of there. And I think I'm going to go ahead and try to start with the Flower Beauty sponge to see if this will work. I am very nervous about the color because, like I said, it is quite dark, for me at least. But they only have 4 colors. They had a light, tan, medium, and dark. That is it. They don't have a wide range in this. So let's see. And I'm thinking that this is not going to work real well. It's just not really getting on my sponge. So I think that's out. No. So I'm going to go ahead in with the brush. This, again, it's my Sigma F80 flat top kabuki. And let's see how this looks. Okay, it's not as dark as I had worried that it would be, but it's definitely darker than my skin tone. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and apply this. So it's definitely dark for my skin tone. I had to really work it down my neck, and even then it's, keep that shirt up there. So it is definitely dark for my skin tone. It feels heavy. Like, it says that it's Air Perfection is the name of the product, and it's lightweight formula. You don't feel heavy. I don't know, you know. I don't know. It's a little bit baffling to me because it does say that it's lightweight. You can't feel it, and I can definitely feel it. My skin almost feels tight. Now, that might be because it's still wet and it hasn't dried down yet. I did touch it. I am going to powder this. Hopefully it'll lighten up a little bit when I powder it, but overall, just taking the color out of the equation and the fact that it still feels a little bit heavy, especially like in here, maybe I applied too much. But I think the finish actually is really nice. Even on my trouble areas right now, I think it's looking really nice. All right, so we're going to go ahead and say the check-in time. I'm going to go ahead and the check-in time now is 11:12. So we'll say 11:15 for the check-in time. I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of my makeup on, and then I'll zoom you in and show you what it's looking like. But I am going to go ahead and put the rest of my makeup on real quick, and I'll be right back. All right, my makeup is done. On my face, I have the Cover FX. This is the translucent Perfect Setting Powder. It lightened it up a little bit, but not nearly enough. I should have just used a powder foundation to lighten up, but I didn't. I just used translucent, so that's fine. On my eyes, I have the PUR Soiree Diaries. Got this in a BoxyCharm last fall. I do like it. Actually, this is probably the one palette that I've gotten from BoxyCharm that I've used the most. I also have the Milani eyeshadow primer. This is the first time I'm using this. I'm not real sure about it. It looks like it's already... It looks like my shadow's starting to crease, and I've not had that before. But I've heard that this is a dupe for the Smashbox 24 Hour, which is my all-time favorite. Other than like the MAC Paint Pot in a little squeezy tube official eye primer, the Smashbox 24 Hour one is my favorite. And I've heard this is a dupe for that, but I'm not real sure about that. All right, eyelashes. I have the Tarte Tartist Mascara. And then on my face, I have the Butter Bronzer, which I didn't really need because this is definitely too dark for me. I have the Dirty Little Secret blush in Kitty Pink. I used this PUR Bronze and Brighten palette, which I did also get in a BoxyCharm. I just used this as my highlighter, this one right here. And then on my lips, I have a mini Bite Beauty in the color Sugarcane. Just a nice pink shade. And then for setting spray, I actually use this PUR Miracle Mist hydrating spray. I've had this for a while. I haven't used it. I don't know why I haven't used it, but I haven't used it. So, all right, I think that's everything. Looking at my table, I'm pretty sure that's everything. So let's talk about the foundation. I'm going to go ahead and zoom you in and we can talk about different little things. So I'm sure you guys can tell my biggest problem is the color of it. It is definitely dark. There are only 4 shades of this. And I usually go for the lightest shade of everything, and I did use light. The PUR Baradol foundation, I've tried that in the past too, and the lightest shade of that is too dark for me. I don't know. There's just some brands that I can't find a light enough shade. PUR seems to be one of them, and there are others too. I can't fully sympathize with people on the opposite end of the spectrum, because I think they have more, people of darker complexions definitely have more problems than I do finding a shade that works for them. But sometimes being as pale as I am, it does cause a problem. Anyhow, the actual foundation itself, I think, is actually sitting really nicely on my skin. I didn't have any problems putting like my bronzer, blush, highlighter on. However, because all the products that I have work on my light skin tone, it is having a little bit of problems showing up on the darker foundation. Like my bronzer, you can see it, but not very much. And the blush, although I saw it when I first put it on, it seems to have disappeared. So, yeah. But all of my products that I purchase work for my natural skin tone, which is at least 2 shades lighter than this, probably more. But overall, I think the look of it is really nice. I don't feel like it's going too deep into my problem areas. My chin, before I put the setting spray on, it was starting to crack a little bit, and I think the setting spray did help. I think my forehead looks nice. I think my cheeks look nice. I even think my nose looks okay. It's not really, well, it is caking a little bit around the sides of my nose. You can see it in the nose creases, but it's hard for my nose not to do that because I do have pretty deep nose creases. This is really my problem area. If you've never seen any of my videos before, around my mouth is my problem area. It's where I have a lot of my acne scarring. But for right now, at least, it's not looking too bad. And the time now is 11:35, so we are about 20 minutes in, and it's not really looking bad. So other than the shade being too dark, I'm actually not minding this. And I said before I put my makeup on that, like, along my cheeks, it was feeling a little bit tight. It's not doing that anymore. So it's definitely dried down to the point that it's not feeling tight anymore. Yeah. So far, it's not bad. It's not bad. I'm going to go ahead and check in somewhere around 3 o'clock, and I will let you know how we're doing halfway through the day, around 3:30, somewhere in there. But for right now, 20 minutes in, a little bit after 20 minutes in, it's not doing too bad. I'm actually not minding this hardly at all. I think my biggest problem is that it took a lot of product to get my face fully covered. I mean, because it is a sponge, you can't really tell how much product was used, but I felt like every time I would put my brush back in it, I was getting less and less product. So even though it's 0.3 ounces, I'm not sure how much is really in this product. I mean, some of it might be that it was popped open. I don't know. I didn't look at the spare to see if that was popped open. I don't know. I'd have to crack it open. I don't want to do that. So it's in a plastic bag. It is sealed. So I don't want to do that. But I think if I would get some sun, like I am supposed to be going to vacation in June, the end of June. And we're going to the beach for 8 days. And if I can get some sun, I think this would work okay with me, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and go. We're going to head off to lunch with some family members, and I will see you guys in a couple hours. All right, everybody, it is time for my midday check-in. Oh, I forgot to get my watch so I can show you what time it is. I'm standing outside. And I'm not at my house. I'm actually at family's house. It is about 10 minutes till 4. So I've had this on for almost 5 hours. 4 hours. Oh yeah, almost 5 hours. I've had it on over 4 hours. But right now I'm not liking how this is looking. It is caked up around my nose. I don't know if you guys can see that, but right in there. And then on that side, It is really caked up around my nose. I do not like what it's doing on my under eyes at all. It is in every single little wrinkle on my under eyes. And down around my chin, it's not doing horribly, but it's not doing as good as it possibly could either. Now my forehead still looks really nice. My cheeks still look really nice. So I think this might look really nice if you're on the younger side and you don't have very many wrinkles or lines on your face, or maybe if you have a really good primer. Now the primer that I used, it works really well with lighter weight foundations. I usually wear that with the Urban Decay Naked Skin, and it works really, really well with that. But this is a little bit heavier, even though it says it's like an air, what do they call it? Pure air or something like that. But overall, my biggest complaint is still the color. You can look, see my neck looks really pale and my face looks really orange. So that's still my biggest complaint. But around the nose and the eyes, it's really getting into the wrinkles and the nose creases, which isn't horrible, but it's not the best either. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and wear this for another couple of hours, and I will see you guys around 7:30. All right, everybody, it is the end of the evening for this foundation, at least. The time is 7:10. So I've had it on for almost 8 hours. I think it was close to about 11:15 when I finally finished this morning. But I'm ready to get this off my face. I'm going to go ahead and zoom you in, and I will talk about what my concerns are. The finish of this is actually still looking pretty good, but I look like an oil slick hit my face. And I can't 100% blame the foundation. I do get oily as it gets closer to the summer, but the temperature today was like 46 for a high. So it wasn't hot. I wasn't running around. I wasn't getting, warm and sweaty or anything like that. And the other foundations I've worn, just like yesterday I had a foundation on, did not look like this. I'm just looking it's not horrible, but I'm definitely shiny in my T-zone. My chin's very oily. My nose, very, very oily. That's where I see it the most, is the nose. I think my cheeks and my chin, my forehead, not too much, but my cheeks and my chin definitely look oily. As far as the finish goes, though, I think the finish actually looks still pretty nice. And as my oils have come through, the cakiness around my nose has diminished. So whereas I had a lot more foundation caked up around the outsides of my nose at my 345, 350 check-in, it's gotten better because of the oils coming in. It doesn't look quite so cakey. I don't know. It's definitely in all my lines, so that's a problem. But like on my forehead, I'm trying to look at my forehead here. Got my mirror in my hand. I think my forehead actually looks not bad. Like, I'm looking at my lines. Now, it does look like there's a couple more lines here on my forehead than what typically are there. But I may have been more animated today than other days. I don't know. Other than looking so shiny, it's not looking bad. Like, I was really looking at my face before turning the camera on, and I was like, I'm so oily. This thing has made me so oily, because it does say it's got a dewy finish. It does say, in the description of it, it does say it has a dewy finish. But I can't say that it's horrible. I think the real question is, would I wear it for much longer than the 8 hours that I've had it on? No, I would not. I would not wear this any longer. I really want to get it off my face. I feel like it's very heavy. I saw my sister today. She even looked at me and told me that it looked really heavy. She's like, other stuff you've worn doesn't look real heavy, but that one does. And I agree. I think it feels heavier than some other foundations I've used. It looks heavier. Now that could be because of all of the oil. I don't have any blotting papers because I don't normally wear foundation, but I do have a tissue. So I'm just gonna And I know that you're supposed to use blotting papers, but I don't have any. So I'm just going to like touch my face with my tissue, see if I can sop up some of the oils. All right, so I did get, it's not quite as shiny, but I don't know. It's definitely not my favorite. It's not my least favorite either. Maybe if you had drier skin than I do, it would work a lot better for you. I don't know. My skin tends to be more normal nowadays. When I was a lot younger, it was much more oily. And as I've aged, it's kind of gotten into normal where in the winter it gets more dry, in the summer it gets more oily. I did put a lot of moisture on my face this morning though. So maybe that had something to do with it. I put the Tatcha water cream on. I used the Milky Mist. So I did put a lot of moisture on my skin before starting this morning. Maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know. Anyhow, I would tell you it's not a bad foundation. It just isn't my favorite. So, and I'm pretty particular about foundations. Anyhow, if you did like this video, please give me a thumbs up down below. If you haven't already and you would like to be, please hit the red subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the little bell to notify you when I do upload new videos. And if you have any comments, leave those in the comment section down below. Have you tried this foundation or this CC Cushion foundation? I don't know. Does that mean it's a CC cream and not a foundation? Or is it a foundation? It uses both terms. I don't know. Did you find a shade that works considering there's only 4 shades? I don't know. You tell me. Did you find a shade that works? This is a little bit too dark for me. And I don't think, with the darkest color, I don't think it was really very dark. So if you pretty much have to be more of a mid-ranged skin tone for you to have a shade that works for you. So anyhow, I do hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you on the next Epic Beauty Fail. Bye.